Hello, everyone. It is I, Andrea, your fairy godmother. Welcome to my show, Be Heard. So I'm rather disappointed in myself, but I didn't quite get around to getting a guest for this week. It was one of those really full weeks where you realize, oh my God, I've been working like, I don't know, 12, 14 hours. And yeah, no excuse. It's just like one of those things. So today, you know what? I really, really want to talk about how toxic relationships are an erosion on our soul. They're an erosion on our soul. So what does actually it look like? Here's a perfect example. I'll use this as kind of like an example in my life. And maybe it was another show. I can't honestly say that I remember, but so there was a big event that was happening. And actually I did talk about this. I did. I was doing a performance. I bought myself a gown. I bought myself a blue gown. I remember that. And I was so excited to share it with my toxic monster. He looked at it and he said, it's a burlap rag. Wait, you wasted my money. You wasted my money. Take it back. You think about that tiny little interlude. He decided what was good. He decided his own self-worth, belittling me at the same time because he says it's his money, demeaning me and my value of myself in one tiny conversation. That's the erosion of, well, my soul at that time. So what these toxic energies do, or these toxic relationships, they compare you to somebody else. They think that whatever you've done is not good enough. So it's like they have decided what they want, what they think is the best, and what they think they are deserving of. And in the process, they are saying no to you, no to your desires, no to what uplifts you, no to what gives you joy, no to go ahead and say what actually you need for the essence of the creation of your soul. They dominate it. They do. Even there was a moment where I wanted to be intimate with him. And he got angry with me. He called me a slut. His wife and mother of his children. Again, dominate, hurt, like that's a hurt to call your wife a slut because you desire something. It was really interesting is that the people that would actually come over and spend time with us, and when I would sort of say, I'm very comfortable talking about my sexuality and that I enjoy it. And these gentlemen that would come in, like from work or whatever, and they're like, you have a wife that enjoys being intimate and you have a problem with it? Mm-hmm. The other thing too that I want to talk about is the karma that shows up for my ex. And this is where, it's kind of cool. What you put out there comes back to you. So if you take care of you and foster love and compassion and all the good and standing up for your values and the integrity of who you are and all the good that you bring in, the other stuff that's going on over here, that's going to be taken care of. And that's exactly what ended up happening. Is after the relationship came to an end and he was actually on his own and he was inviting people over. Because the other thing that my lovely monster decided, he goes, oh, you're going to have guys coming over all the time, because I enjoyed it. That was not the case, because that is actually not me at all. I'm actually a one person person. And when I'm in, I'm in. I'm not like this first. That's just me, because that's what works for me. So once the relationship came to the end, he was actually bringing women in and he was wondering. And the only reason I know this is because he was actually talking to our son about this, who was a teenager at the time, an older teenager, but still a teenager. How come is it that these women don't like to have sex with me? And how come they don't want to cook for me? And he was confused because he thought all women were just happily giving him whatever he wanted. So he was actually grumping and not getting, well, any intimacy from these women because he thought that everybody would give it to him. Sorry, that was actually kind of mean. But you see, you put the karma out there, it's going to come and slap you in the face. It totally is. Now, I wish him well, and I wish him compassionate detachment. I totally do, because that's the essence of who I am. But a lot of times what we're doing is we need to self-empower ourselves so that we rise up beyond that. So if you've had that kind of relationship where you're just like out all the time, you're second guessing your decisions, you're second guessing where you need to be, you're second guessing the things that give you joy, stop. Honor what you like. Honor what you like. That to me is really important. Self-care. And when you grow beyond that, and you carry that within, well, then the world just becomes so incredibly joyful and so full of like peace and ease and harmony. And you're like, wow, you learn to surrender into the life around you. And also know that everything is so exquisitely beautiful, but you know that underneath you have the ability and the power to be able to say, this isn't the right fit. And that's a good thing because you're honoring who you are. Now, can you imagine how great a gift that actually is? Yeah, it's a really great gift. Not an easy thing to be able to do or overcome. No, it's not. I found that actually, I don't even know how actually it happened. It just seemed like I just kind of found over the course of time, all these things kind of showed up and I said, wow, I really like this. Oh, this gives me joy. But the other thing that I found was really, really, really amazing is that after the relationship, because I didn't realize how heavy it was to carry, I felt like I had wings. Wow, I could do this. Wow, I could do that. I think maybe I haven't mentioned that when I moved to my new home, which I did totally love, I was really grateful. It was beautiful. I cried over bringing a potted plant. I did. I cried over a potted plant because my daughter and I, we went to a nursery, we picked one up, I brought it home. There was no belittling. There was no yelling. There was no take the back. You wasted my money. Why did you do that? There was none of that. It was one of the most magical moments of my life at that time. Even having a Christmas party and buying a Christmas tree that I liked and putting on these beautiful red balls all over it with lights and inviting people over and drinking a glass of wine or a bottle of wine without somebody saying you're an alcoholic, without any of that kind of stuff, because I'm definitely not an alcoholic. I'm not. I enjoy it. But when you overcome that, you feel like, wow. Then you build and you build and you build. And you have strength around you that allow you to rise up. And you know who actually helped me a great deal was my children. My children. That was really amazing that it was my children. That is kind of like my show for today. Honor who you are. Honor your uniqueness, the way you speak. Tread lightly with where you place your energy, where you place your time. If you know you're going into a space, maybe it's a workspace, and there's somebody who's toxic there, that's a different thing. Learn how to say compassionate detachment. Give them love. It's a way of empowering actually you. and be grateful that you're not living that life over there. Reflect on what's presented to you and respond with your power. That's the show for today. I will have a guest next week for sure, so you can actually see the magic. I know I was grateful to have Serena here last week. It was amazing to be able to sort of, put some magic in her life. So sprinkle magic in your life. Yeah. Sprinkle magic in your life because you are magical. And I'm here to say greatness of who you are. Bye, beautifuls.